he called because he saw how bad fucking JM was fucking up. He called him to tell him to shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that. But I wanted to thank all of you for being very, very quiet while that phone call was going on, because it allows me to actually pull the audio and scrub it and find out what exactly fucking Nathan said.
Oh, I was pissed when he did that. I was fucking pissed. I'm glad.
Regarding the entire audio,
I was.
That's something you guys need to work on. Sometimes I just couldn't understand him because he was breaking up all the time, and I think that's not because of his end. I think that's
that was
because
what was coming from him. No, that was coming from him.
Certain?
The signal was strong on all of them. It was coming from him.
Well,
okay, because
sometimes
when I actually interrupted him, that was not on purpose.
Live.
Because I thought he had finished his sentence.
Man. You're
we're live.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we're live, guys. All right. Sorry, I know.
Hi.
I really sat there and berated fucking JM Truth for eating on camera, and then Fight the Flat Earth turns around and does it here. But to his defense, he didn't know we were going live. I wasn't even supposed to go live for another 10 minutes, but fuck it, man. We have fun. We do shit crazy. Geo, man, great showing, man. Fucking badass, bro.
Absolutely.
So proud of you.
Round of applause.
Yeah.
Thanks. But is it really worth the damage? I don't know.
The damage to you or the damage to him? Because you may have suffered some...
I think there was mutual casualties here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the first thing I did in the Hangout?
Remind me what you did.
Yeah.
I'll go in
Point out
website,
that the one picture that he quoted as absolute proof was photoshopped.
Oh yeah, that was so amazing when you did that. That was awesome. And then he sat there for a minute, and played stupid. Remember, he goes, "Oh, well, I didn't even really know it. I just put it up there." And then you read off his description that was on the website.
Hey team, Geisty wants a link to the after show. Can I give him one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me give it to you so that way we don't have to deal with your delay. If we deal with your delay, I'll fucking kick myself in the dick again. Okay, I'm sending it to you on. I'm sending it to you, and you can send it to him on Discord. There you go.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be AFK for a minute. I'm grabbing something alcoholic.
Yes.
God, I think I might need to go and get some tequila, actually.
I still have some bourbon left. Maybe I might drink a bourbon with you guys. So I had some questions. I guess we'll wait for Gio to get back because I want to bring up some of the things that I caught. Now, I didn't catch everything. I was interacting with the chat. The chat was being lovely. You guys are fucking amazing, by the way. The chat was going off on him, and it was awesome. They caught like all my fucking little giggles and laughs and shit. And I swear I thought I had him muted, and he said something. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I just look over, and the chat's like, "Oh shit, we heard that, Team Skeptic." And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm not muted."
No, my favorite thing that happened was when Gio was bringing up the Polaris thing, and you jumped in for a little bit, and then Gio got the chance to bring up Polaris again, and JM wouldn't stop talking about you even after you stopped, about how, well, if he ever does that again, I'm gonna leave, and Skeptic's just being mean, and my poor feel. But yeah, and then he tried to divert the topic as much as he could away from Polaris. Gio got him back on topic, and he said, "Well, I'll just fucking leave." He's doing everything
what do you expect?
to not talk about Polaris.
Yes, they do anything to keep out of the actual arguments. They try to make this about either semantics or just being insulted.
Or like taking a phone call. Taking a phone call.
Or taking a phone call.
Oh, I'll be addressing that phone call in great detail.
Oh yeah, that's right. That we weren't live when we were talking about that. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you just want to leave it as a surprise for the audience?
Let's just say that Audio Guy might be making a return. It depends on the density of JM's head, because it might have blocked some audio from the phone. But
I don't understand.
JM's got a nice Blue Yeti microphone that is way oversensitive. I mean, you heard every click that he was doing while he was eating, and that was behind the condenser. Because he does have it set up in cardioid mode.
I'm still astounded on how something can be as dense and as empty as a flat earther's head at the same time.
This is one of the paradoxes that we have to figure out at some point.
All right. Well,
But
I had some questions.
everybody in the stream was very, very quiet while that call was going on. So there is a chance I can actually pick out Nathan's conversation with JM Truth and find out if JM Truth was told to shut the hell up.
I just hope it's something embarrassing. It'll just be hilarious. Hashtag me too.
Oh man. But
Cajun Crustacean for $2 says, I'm disappointed that we share a species with JM. I'm not sure that we do. I think
maybe part of the DNA, but definitely all.
I think, yeah.
I think we need to make a new subgenus called Homo stupidus.
Yeah, like he got hit with a. I think he comes straight from the stupid tree family. I think he's just a random stupid tree that looks like fucking human beings. All right, not funny. Whatever. Fuck you guys.
Oh, sorry, I was reading the chat.
Oh, you said something funny?
Homo stupius.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, I pointed out, or I wrote down a couple of things that that he did point out. Oh shit! Hold on, Geist, you might be in here, and I don't have him unmuted yet. There you go, Geist. You're unmuted
here.
now. Okay, you're unmuted.
Hey,
now.
Geist.
Hey, Geist.
Oh, hi, guys.
So first
Howdy.
of all, your pictures are fucking awesome. Just saying.
Yes. And yes, there are 3 satellites.
Provided
Thank
that
you.
they are real and not fake or something.
Is there 3 satellites? I could
Yeah,
only
there's
spot 2.
about 3 in that photograph.
There's one at the bottom edge
That's
of the
one of my
Vendrama.
favorites.
There's actually a couple more, but there's a
That I
couple
saw.
more in there, but they're like the really small, like a millimeter tracks here and there. But the really long ones, there's about 3.
Now my question is anybody
Hello?
is outside
Hello.
of
Yeah,
what's up?
we can hear you.
Outside of Kyle Curtis, does anybody else out there think that JM Truth does not deserve Dumb Fuck of the Year? I wanted to bring that up while I had him in person. I wanted to say I should have taken the advantage when you said, "Hey, should I ask this before we get to super chats?" Because I thought we were actually going to have an end at the end of super chats, but I didn't want him to leave. So, but I was going to tell him, I was going to ask him if he was going to be prepared to give an acceptance speech, or if he would just be mailing in like an email with an address to send him his purple dildo or whatever we decide it's going to be this year. But he is definitely Dumb Fuck of the Year, no doubt about it.
Oh, I wish I
One
was
thing
there.
you had-
Because I
It's gonna
was
be hard.
screaming at my mother when he was bringing up the whole zooming thing and about the fixed lens. He says, well, you're not using a fixed lens. A fixed lens, you're not able to zoom. And you're showing him, you're showing Dad this video while he's zooming.
Yeah.
And then he completely
Yeah.
flip-flops on his argument.
Not
Oh, it was-
only
it
that,
was
I
glorious.
asked him later whether he was changing the lenses during his observation. He said no, and he said he used a zoom lens. He's a fucking
Yeah,
hypocrite.
Which nullified his whole, you need to use a primary lens. Okay, so you weren't. You admit that. But your
One
video-
thing about
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
sorry, I'm
Go ahead.
doing this by the VMix release, so it kind of comes in and out. Yeah, one thing I've noticed about JM, I'm sure everybody else here in the group has. JM is the king of the moving goalposts. Once you get him nailed on one thing, he will come back and say, "Well, I kind of meant this a little bit," so they got to readjust the whole fucking argument. Because now he's kind of figured out how he got himself trapped. So he's now looking for a fucking excuse to get out of it. And that's one thing when on his little tirade about trying to get out of it, when Team was addressing him. At that point in time, he was looking for any possible way that he can get out of this by using Team as an excuse to get out of it, because he got himself trapped.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry, but I can be way fucking meaner than that. That was actually me being
I
pretty
know.
holding back pretty heavily. Like if I really let him
No, but
know how I
he
feel
really
about
doesn't
him,
like you.
he would have left me. Oh yeah, he fucking
Yeah, I
hates
mean-
me
Yeah,
because
but
I've
you- but-
proven him wrong so many times live, and it's
Honestly, we
But
all
you-
try
but you-
to be very calm, I think. I mean, usually I'm way more attacking than today, I have the impression. But I didn't
you guys
want him
also-
I didn't want him to have any
Go ahead.
excuse to run away in the middle of the hangout. Right?
yeah, me neither.
Did you guys also pick up on?
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
guys. No, you go ahead, guys.
No, I was just going to say, did anybody else pick up that Jan was really trying to work his degree magic? Like he kept trying to pull in there that he has a degree, he has this, he has that, and all about the academics.
Oh yes, that's exactly what I was about to say, guys. When he said, like me and you, Gio, we're both academics. I wanted to be like, no, no, you're not, JM. You're not an
Yeah,
academic.
but if you if you notice, every time he was trying to talk, or when he was saying something, he kept trying to act like he had an air of authority to be saying what he's saying, because he has a master's degree in science, which is basically not instructional bullshit of how to make pamphlets and teach things and do stuff
Yeah,
like that. But that's a limited fucking extent of his quote unquote in science. But if you're trying to subtly kind of put it into his when he was talking, that he was trying to talk of that he was somehow this very intellectual person, and you don't really need, you can't be questioned on these kind of things, as he's very smart on these. I picked it up a lot.
well, yeah, I'm convinced he is dumb fuck of the year. I'm sorry, anybody that doesn't vote for JM Truth is just trying really hard to get Anthony Riley to win an award in his life.
I'm still pushing for Riley.
Did you guys notice when he was all about the that math is not like proof or anything like that? But as soon as you guys did the thing about the elevation to the mountain, where it was fucking Gaspard or what it is, and JM came up with this number that didn't have the elevation of the observer. He's like, he basically blurted out this fucking number that he came up with using math, and he snapped to it as, that's fucking proof of the flat Earth, that you can't see that on the globe. All of a sudden, at that point in time, math was on his side, and he thought it was on his side,
Yeah.
and he was all about the math. But as soon as the math started getting fuzzy, where it wasn't going to work on his favor, he's like, well, math really isn't proof of anything, and math can be this, and math can be that. But boy, when it worked in his favor, he was all about to jump on that shit.
Yeah, that's typical. Jaronism, for example, did the same thing a few years ago. Remember this math is not reality thing? And then in the next literal video, he started using maths. I mean, incorrectly, obviously,
yeah,
but still.
He called it math.
One thing you got, yeah, he's got this. Yeah, you know, one of these things you guys got to correct these guys on is every time they fucking bring up science deals, science proof of this and science proof of that. We all know that science doesn't deal with proofs. There's a reason why if something is proven, it cannot be falsified. Science does not deal with things that can be things that are unfalsifiable. That's the reason why science doesn't deal with proofs, because everything in science can be overturned. Every fucking thing. We can all be living in fucking brains and vats. That's how that gets. You have to. That's how you can. Everything that we fucking know. Right now, gravity could be overturned tomorrow because it's not. It's all evidence to support something. But it just drives me nuts when people like jump say this and that. Science doesn't deal with proofs.
Yeah, 2 points to make on that, because you're actually very right. When we talk about general relativity, let's understand something about general relativity. We're working with a broken equation. Okay, we know it's broken, but it works. It works, but it's not complete. So it's broken. So let's say you had a TV that was missing its power source. Well, it's still a TV, but it doesn't turn on. It can't do everything a TV is supposed to do. Now, you could still take measurements using the TV. You could still look inside and see what it's made of. General relativity, as well as Isaac Newton's gravity, they both work for us for the most part. But general relativity is not consistent with quantum mechanics, and quantum mechanics is something that we understand to be the truth, the ultimate truth. We have to find some way to complete general relativity with quantum mechanics. Does it mean the values are going to change? No. The values aren't going to change. We're not going to start feeling more gravity because we've discovered the link between gravity and quantum mechanics, but what it means is we're going to have a fuller explanation of it. So right now, and then that may be replaced in the future by a better understanding of what's really going on. That's how science works. Like everything in science is, yeah. What's up?
I sent you a link over Hangouts. It's the plot. It's the plot summary for the plain truth behind what curve documentary.
Sorry.
And
guys,
you might want to take a really good
I really need to head out now.
Okay, hold on, everybody.
Gio, can I just say?
You have to leave, right, Gio?
Yeah, I do have
Okay.
to leave. It's 2:30 in the morning right now, and I kind of have to get up in a few hours. So, thanks for having me on again.
Thank you.
This will take weeks to recover. I am afraid, but yeah. But anyway, in a few days, I think my main PC is gonna be back up, and then I'll be live streaming at least something from my side. So check that out.
Hey, go subscribe to GeoStriber if
thank
you're
you
not
for coming
subscribed
on.
to him right now. Great material. Plus, he's one of the few people that actually can be considered a scientist in our little group. We all know the sciences, but Geo actively works with them and actively is studying them to at an educational level at a much higher than any of us are ever going to get through YouTube or Wikipedia, for instance.
Yeah, can I just give you a personal thank you, Gio? Thank you very much for coming on and doing that debate. I absolutely adored having you on. You're welcome back anytime, and I genuinely wish I was just half as smart as you are. So thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Later, bro.
See you later, bud.
Hey, take it easy.
Gio.
Cheers, servus.
Now let me go through. I got a couple of super chats, and then I'm gonna kick it back over to you guys. Pie Parrot, 1,000 people can't be wrong. Hashtag JM for dumb fuck of the year. Agreed. And then Rampant with 2,500 CLP with no message. But oh wait, hold on. I'm just not far enough down. With the message, I'm happy flat earthers exist. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't know so many cool stuff about really you guys taught me, and especially I wouldn't know you guys. Thanks, Rampant. I appreciate it. When I started my channel, that's why my whole goal was I didn't want to be like the average debunker, or I didn't just want to be somebody that laughs at people. I also wanted to present some math and science. So I hope you guys are learning something. I learn something new every video I do.
I learn stuff from you all the time.
Sean, you were in the middle of saying something. What was that you were going to say, Sean?
Yeah, I gave you a link over Hangouts for the IMDb page for the documentary that JM Truth's coming out with. I actually want you to look at the summary on that and share that with everybody, because JM Truth made his own synopsis, and somebody came through and did a second synopsis, which actually corrected the grammar issues. Not kidding.
All right, let's see.
Hey, real quickly, back on the gravity thing for everybody listening to back.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're good, guys.
Everybody listening on the crowd in the background. Anybody, the guests. Hey, one thing about the gravity, if you guys are having fun, I'm not talking about the people who are. I'm talking about the audience. If you guys are having a problem talking to about bring up Newtonian and Einstein, just put in there Einstein or Newtonian is what, Einstein is the why. They both complement one another.
Yeah.
Just one is more exacting about the other one. One doesn't surpass the other one. Just
I always tell people that they're the same, and that we know they're the same because you can literally derive Newton's law of gravitational attraction from Einstein's field equations. So we know they're the same thing. But flat earthers just they see a difference and they take that and run with it.
Now we switch over to the subject about JM. Now we switch over to the subject about JM's. Since now we moved over to JM and his whatever. Being a producer doesn't mean you know how to fucking do photography and stuff like that. A producer of film and stuff like that just basically gets all the fucking things together. Hello?
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad there, guys.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us, guys? You're breaking up pretty bad.
Hello?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Okay.
Y'all can hear me. Okay, good. All right, so Sean, message guys say that even if he can't hear us, we can still hear him. Yes. This is amazing right here.
Can you send me that link? I want to see it.
Yes.
I hear you.
You can hear us now, guys?
I think he's lagging.
I'll come back in. Well, I'll come back in.
So what I'm showing you. Okay, here goes Sean. You explain what we're looking at here, since this
The
is
screen
your
for me
phone.
phone here, so I'm going to go ahead and come back
Okay,
in.
this is the IMDb page for JM Truth's documentary. The top synopsis is what JM wrote himself. The bottom one is where Luke Johnson came by and corrected it. So please enjoy comparing the two.
I just love how it's like they left both of them up there. Like,
Well, they can't remove them.
one.
They can't remove them. That's the thing.
They should have just left the one with all the mistakes on it. Now they've showed everybody that they know that they make mistakes and they just don't give a shit. Or at least it looks like that from my point of view, that they don't give a shit.
Yeah, because up until like the last two sentences, it's identical. Except for the fact that, the bottom has grammar.
There's some pauses, or there's some stuff that's been changed.
There's a whole lot more periods where there shouldn't be commas.
My God.
So this is your professional filmmaker that can't do a synopsis on his own shit without screwing everything up.
Yeah, so I had some questions about his thing. So first off, he made some comments about refraction that I don't think were correct. He's
still breaking up, guys.
It's
Nope,
it's breaking up real
guys.
bad, but we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I'm going to log off again
No.
and move to a different spot.
All right. Well, it says.
So
let me go back.
the thing about JM and refraction team is that refraction's all fine when it's in his favor.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's in the globe's favor, oh no, that's not how it works.
You don't understand it.
Let me go ahead. Okay, and then we have Raven Zero for $2. Question: how come we can't control gravity yet? Because gravity is an intrinsic property of mass.
It's a fundamental force.
Yeah, it's a fundamental force.
But we can manipulate the gravitational force in an experiment, i.e. in a Cavendish experiment. We do that by reducing the distance between the center of masses.
Yeah. Oh, that was something I was going to ask him when he brought up the scientific method. I was going to ask him if time was a independent or dependent variable. Because
he's going to agree with that.
You said what now?
He's going to completely agree with Anthony on that because Anthony's the guy that knows it all.
Oh God, I wish.
He didn't even know who Ranty Flat Earth was, so I don't even know if he knows who Sleeping Warrior is.
Well, Nathan Thompson's been mirroring or parroting Nathan Oakley's show lately, so yeah, he would still be getting it third hand from Anthony Riley.
Yeah.
Test.
Test?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
Test. Okay.
Test.
So
Yes.
yeah, he said he
Gotcha.
started to bring up. He said refraction would be less on colder days, which actually no. I mean, yes and no. Yes, but not for the reason he thinks, because in his mind, he's saying that cold temperatures cause the gas to be more dense, and that's the only factor. Well, here's the thing, that even over that cold area on the land, every spot going up is colder because you're getting further away from the land. So the air density shouldn't be densest at the bottom and thinnest at the top. It should actually be an exact opposite. It should be thinnest at the bottom and densest all the way to the top, because it's much colder 5 miles up than it is right on the surface of the Earth. So that's
why I did my video for JM Truth with my
Can I
iPad.
bring up a thing?
Go again?
Can I bring up a thing about JM and his movie producer thing?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for people who don't understand, a movie producer doesn't run around doing photography and stuff like that. A movie producer is one who basically coordinates talent, getting the areas to go do filming. They make sure everybody gets all the permits, that the cage, all that stuff. That's what a film producer does. JM is not a director of photography. He's not a fucking director. He doesn't do anything when it comes. You have to do all the effects and stuff like that. They all go to school and college to do all those digital effects. A director for movie producer, like I said, all they do is get everything together and make sure everything fucking runs smoothly. They make sure everything's getting paid. Everybody's where they're supposed to be. That if they need to move from one to the other, that's already being prepped and already being made. JM has this thing because he's a movie producer that he can basically look at photos and call because quote unquote producer. That's not what a fuck producer does. You're talking at that kind of level. You're talking about the director of photography, the guys who do the fucking lighting, the college kids. They're behind.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
What you forget about JM Geist is that because he has a Master's of Science in Design Technology or whatever, he now says that he is a subject matter expert on all science. So he takes that thinking over to filmmaking. Oh, I produce films, therefore I'm a subject matter on anything to do with cameras. That's the way.
Here's the thing about JM Truth.
Yeah,
we can establish
industrial design thing. That whole industrial design thing. That's how